they're ahead of the game. They're ahead of the game. Toyota's ahead of the game for once. And they perfected something that we know to be awesome and great, the hybrid. Hey there, Eva. Welcome to Trout Thursdays. Today, I want to talk to you about something that irks me, besides my garage door opener, a lot. So I wanted to talk to you about the new Kia Sorento hybrid. Now they're advertising the Sorento hybrid. There is a storytelling machine. I don't know what story's gonna tell, because all I see is lies. Just lies, you know. Just lies. Alright, so here's my biggest issue with the Kia Sorento hybrid. Everyone seems it's so cool, and I have a lot of people at work talking, oh, it's such a cool thing because it's a turbo hybrid. It's so modern. They're like, oh, turbos are cool. I'm like, yeah, turbos are cool in sports cars. But in other cars, you don't hear the turbo, you don't know it's turbo except the turbo lag. They don't really make sense, and I've said this in a different video. So here's the stats of this storytelling machine. It's got 227 horsepower there, 258 foot-pounds of torque. I like the torque number. It supposedly gets 39 in the city, 35 in the highway, and about 37 combined. It can tow about 2,000 pounds. It has 3 rows of seats. It's 222. Why they have 2 in the middle, I don't know. They call it captain's rows. Don't know. It weighs about 3,700 pounds, so you know it's not too heavy, but still kind of heavy, you know, compared to like a sports car. Sometimes that weight is going to be noticed, even with that type of horsepower you got there and that torque. So you're still going to notice that weight. The biggest problem with it is it's front-wheel drive, and they advertise it as this like off-roading thing, and I just don't think that's fair. I'm going to take off here. Oh yeah. Better pop up my pop-up up and down headlights there. Oh yeah, that's always fun. Okay, so front-wheel drive is not good for off-road. It's just not. Is it, Evas? Is it? No, it's not good for off-road. It's not good for off-road. No. Not to mention the fact that it costs $33,500. Now that's quite a bit for a wannabe SUV that doesn't go off-road. When for $5,000 more, $38,000, you could have yourself a Toyota RAV4 Prime. And the Toyota RAV4 Prime is oh so much better. First of all, it's got a naturally aspirated engine, which makes sense because, again, not a sports car. And turbos waste fuel. Second of all, it has more horsepower and more torque than the Sorento. So it's a better storytelling machine. That's what they should call it, because Kia's is a shitty storytelling machine. So let's go horsepowers. Horsepowers, your combined battery, naturally aspirated 2.5 liter engine is 302 horsepowers. That's good horsepowers. That's not bad. Not bad horsepowers. Your torques is 287. The reason you have a little less torques than you horsepowers is mainly because the way they designed the engine there. And they designed it because more for being an engine. I mean, it's not exactly designed for that car, specifically for that reason, and neither is the Sorento's. And it gets about 40 miles around the city, 36 on the highway, and 38 combined. So do I think that's realistic? Take off 4 or 5 miles per gallon. So if I learned with my family's Priuses, you always got to take off about 10% of what it actually says, 10 to 15% with the hybrids if you're driving nicely. If you're beating them off, about 20% of what they're saying. So I don't think it's very accurate, but I know it's realistic. But with the Sorento, it's not so much because it's a turbo. Let's also look at the tow factor. 2,500 pounds. 2,500 pounds of weight. That's a lot of weight. See, this car will carry 2,000 pounds. That's not impressive. 2,500 pounds, that's in a different chassis level. Plus, it's mainly ran off electric motors. So you know that those electric motors are working hard. Not to mention all-wheel drive. It's got electric motor in the front, electric motor in the back, all-wheel drive. So it actually can go off-road. And its ground clearance is higher. Now, I'll admit, it only takes 5 people because it's 2 in the front, 3 in the back, which, you know, that's fine. If you really need to have, oh, that's bumpy, need to have one more person, then, I don't know, have less kids. Have less kids. Now, it weighs quite a bit more at 4,200 pounds, but it also has a 17 kilowatt-hour battery, and that battery will get it close to 40 miles. I'd say more realistically 35. So you got to put that in the factor. It's also got 2 electric motors. And it just tows more. So yeah, that's perfectly good sacrifice. Oh, look at this beautiful day out here. Oh, the dog's sniffing. Whoa, watch out there, watch out there. Watch out there. It's also slightly shorter than the storytelling machine by about 9 inches. But you have to realize you have those extra seats in the back, and when they fold down, they're not really going to give you more space. You're going to lose some of that space that way. And once you put those seats down, you only have a 4-passenger vehicle. Not 5, 4. So if you're going out with the family on a nice road trip, what good does an extra seat do when it's in the way anyways? That's pointless. Now I think for 5 extra grand, you get a lot better vehicle, it'll be more efficient, and it's electric, so you could drive in town electrically, and it's practically free. It costs hardly anything to charge your car in the middle of the night because we're wasting that energy anyways. And it's gonna be more reliable because it's not turbocharged. So I don't get it. The problem today is that everyone has these ideas about cars that they don't know. And they see a captain's chair in the back like, oh, that's super luxurious. When are you gonna be back there? When are you gonna be back there? Never. You're always gonna be up front. Now you're like, oh honey, today I'm gonna go to the back captain's chair because they're so much more comfortable. That's stupid. It's stupid. I'm gonna throw it in first gear because it's 35. Oh yeah, that's fun. Ah, yeah, I love doing that. It's stupid, the captain's chair. Being in the back, never gonna happen. It's dumb. Everyone has the idea that turbos are cool, they're advanced, they're modern, they're this awesome thing, when they're not really that great. I mean, they're really not. When you think about it, you're getting more torque out of the RAV4, you can tow more stuff, and with the torque, you're actually able to tow that stuff. You're gonna get better gas mileage because it's naturally aspirated 2.5 liter engine, and it's gonna be more reliable because the 2.5 is proved with the Camrys and stuff to be super reliable. Isn't that right, Eva? Reliability is really sexy, isn't it? Really sexy. You said you're sexy. You're such a good puppy. It's just stupid. It's a big gimmick. I hate gimmicks. They piss me off. I don't like them, and I don't like the Kia Sorento hybrid. I think hybrids are good to come along, but I also think it's like coming to the end of the road of the internal combustion engine. I think we're at a point now where Toyota has perfected something. And for once, they're ahead of the game. They're ahead of the game. Toyota's ahead of the game for once. And they perfected something that we know to be awesome and great, the hybrid that they've been doing. And they're just ready to move on. They're like, we're gonna do this, and this is what we're gonna think is gonna be a good step in between. And the in-between step is just gonna keep us going until we get to the electric vehicle. And people are gonna buy it. I would. If they made like a Celica version of that RAV4, I'd buy that. I would buy that in a heartbeat. All-wheel drive, cool car. Even if it's not a manual, I'd buy it. You know, it's cool. It's really cool. But the Kia Sorento hybrid storytelling machine is stupid. And everyone's buying into this turbo thing because it's a turbo hybrid. Well, you know, turbos don't make sense, especially in hybrids. Yes, it's a camera. And it's dumb. And I hope it dies. And I hope it doesn't succeed. I don't want it to succeed. I really hope it does not succeed. It better not. Probably pissed off. I'm Shane. This has been Throw Out Thursdays, and keep shifting there, eh? 227 horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque. Supposedly gets... why are you doing this? Oh! So here's the stats of this storytelling machine. It's got 227 horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque. Stop it! Pulling over.